I really was living with gritted teeth all the time. Just, life is hard, just make it. And everybody has something hard about life. So, just move on.
So I struggled with anger minute by minute, hour by hour, but the rage would happen 3 or 4 times a week. So it's hard for me to remember specific examples, but a lot of it really was triggered when my husband now at the time and I had been dating, and I was scared he wasn't going to marry me. And so any time that any conversation came up that was alluding to the future or decisions I had to make about the future, I immediately went into just like, he's not going to choose me. He doesn't want me.
So many people are suffering in silence. As a counseling, teaching, training center, that means we do one-on-one counseling, we do marriage counseling, we also do training groups and counseling groups. One of the things that I love about Barnabas is the commitment to local churches, and that we're part of the process of discipling people, to really view counseling as part of discipleship. And so we're looking for ways that we can help churches either train their people or care for their people.
The trainings that Barnabas offers provide tools for taking conversations deeper and for caring for one another. And so not only do they provide those tools, but the trainings offer space to practice caring for people with the other people in the group. And that practice time is hugely helpful.
I love walking with people and hearing their stories and looking for what God's up to. All of us struggle at some point or another. And I really want to be around with people to look with them for where God wants to meet them and how God wants to meet them.
When we meet with people, our desire is to really help them see how God is at work in the midst of usually a really difficult experience or situation that has brought them into counseling.
I had to race out to go run this program I was running at church. And Noel said, it's been a long day, I'm really tired, can you please stay home and help us with the baby? And I said, well, no, I gotta go to church. There's 34 people waiting for me to unlock the door and get things rolling. She said, well, yeah, but couldn't somebody else do it? I really need you. And I said, no, haven't you ever heard of responsibility? And so anyway, I went, and she was real hurt, and I'm sure, it turned into a whole tussle. The counselor says, so what's been going on lately? I said, well, I'll tell you what's been going on lately. And so I unfold this whole story for him. He says, well, what would have happened if you hadn't gone? Well, I said, well, what would have happened? Well, 34 people would have been waiting in the cold for me to come open the door. He said, well, then what would have happened? Well, they might have thought there was an accident or something, or they would think, like, why is Shane not here? And he just kept at it. He said, well, then what would happen? I said, well, they would all think that Shane's... And I realized where he was leading me, and I decided to go there. And I said, they would think Shane's not very responsible. All these years I've said I love Noel more than anyone, and I realized that's only true until it bumps up against my reputation, which I love more. That was the beginning of God beginning to just chip away the coping mechanisms that was in my heart that was just getting in the way of being able to listen and hear and be soft with you.
Part of the reason why I feel so much more freedom now is I think I finally realized I'm never going to get fixed. I think for so long you think something's wrong with me, and you think, fix me, fix me, fix me this side of heaven, and it won't happen this side of heaven.
You're not expected to get life right, and that was my story. That's what I was supposed to do in life. I was supposed to make it look like I was doing life right, even though life hurt a lot. Part of the beauty of Barnabas Center was saying, life is messy in parts, and that's okay. It's okay. You'll live, and you'll live well.